They had it all: money, fame, mansions, and the roar of the crowd. But what if we told you some of football's biggest names, Champions League winners, Premier League icons, World Cup heroes lost everything? For many, bankruptcy isn't the end, it is a reset. But for these 7 players, it marked the start of a full-blown collapse. Some were betrayed, others overspent, and a few had no idea what to do when the final whistle blew. One of them earned over 200,000 euros a week, drove a gold-plated Rolls Royce, and then claimed he had just 600 euro left. Who is he? Stick to the end to find out. You're watching Sports Locker, the home of football hype, deep dives, and no fluff commentary. Hit like, tap subscribe, and let's get into it. Sitting at the number 7 spot is Jermaine Pennant. Jermaine Pennant had it all: Arsenal at 15, Liverpool in the Champions League final, and over 10 million euros earned in his career. But off the pitch, he lived fast. Luxury cars, designers' clothes, VIP life. He even forgot about a 1.2 million euros mansion, which was taken over by squatters and touched. He admitted he never read his contract or checked his bank balance. In 2018, a 1 million euro tax bill hit. By 2023, he was bankrupt. Now, he's a pundit and surprisingly honest about his past. The football was good, the lifestyle even better. At number 6 is England's number 1 goalkeeper, David James. And his story makes Pennant feels like a child's play. David James, a Premier League icon, over 800 professional appearances, 53 England caps, and big contracts at Liverpool, Aston Villa, West Ham, and Man City. At his peak, he was earning around 50,000 euro a week. Goalkeeper money stuck across 2 decades. But even a long career can't protect you from a financial storm. In 2005, James went through a divorce that changed everything. By 2014, he was declared bankrupt. To stay afloat, James had to auction off over 150 pieces of his memorabilia, that is, his football shirts, signed gloves, and even his personal DJ equipment. Still, he kept moving. He took coaching jobs, pundit roles, and even signed up for Strictly. But for a man who once played at the world's biggest stage, watching him sell his legacy just to survive, that was the real heartbreak. A loved player whose story hit fans harder than his time on the pitch, Emmanuel Eboué. Emmanuel Eboué was one of Arsenal's most loved players. Full of energy, full of heart. He played in the Champions League final and earned millions over his career in England and Turkey. But in 2017, everything collapsed. After a bitter divorce, he lost his homes, his cars, and even access to his bank account. Rumors spread that he was homeless, sleeping on a friend's couch. He later denied being on the streets, but admitted the emotional toll was real. Depression, isolation, regret. Eboué now lives back in Ivory Coast, remarried, and runs a football academy. 2 players, 2 broken careers, and 1 common theme: divorce. David James lost his shirt, literally, and Eboué, he was left with nothing. It's no wonder today's stars are playing defense off the field too, protecting assets, transferring assets to their moms, delaying marriages even after having kids. Maybe the modern footballer knows even love can cost you everything. But this next player, his fall wasn't about divorce. It was about decisions. A career that went from Real Madrid to real rock bottom. At number 4, Royston Drenthe. In 2007, he was the best player at the Under-21 Euros. The next big thing out of the Netherlands, Real Madrid came calling. That's right, Real Madrid. Big wages, big spotlight, big expectations. But the career never hit those heights, and he eventually walked away from football to become a rapper. Behind the scenes, the lifestyle was full throttle, cars, parties, and spending like the money would never stop. But it did. And by 2021, Royston Drenthe was declared bankrupt in the Netherlands. Today, he plays lower league football and has dabbled in acting, still trying to rebuild, but long away from the Bernabeu. From Madrid dreams to money gone in a flash, Royston's fall was quiet and crushing, but nothing compared to the next player. A Ballon d'Or winner, World Cup champion, and somehow bankrupt. At number 3, Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho, a legend, the smile, the no-look passes. He won the Ballon d'Or, danced through the 2002 World Cup, and brought joys to millions, even to me. At Barcelona, he was earning over €100,000 a week, and millions more from Nike and other deals. He wasn't just rich, he was global. But Ronaldinho loved the good life, fast cars, wild parties, risky ventures. He sank money into a gin brand, an esports team, even a music career. None of it stuck. By 2018, reports claim he had just €5 left in his account. Whoosh! Brazilian authorities seized dozens of his properties. Then in 2020, he and his brother were arrested in Paraguay. Caught with fake passports from Ballon d'Or to behind the bars. He's now out, slowly rebuilding his brand, but the golden days, they are gone. Ronaldinho remains a legend, but his fall is one of football's most shocking. If that surprised you, it's time to reveal our mystery man who once claimed to have just €600 left. And then a plot twist. At number 2, Asamoah Gyan. Asamoah Gyan, Ghana's all-time top scorer, the man who nearly took his country to the World Cup semi-final in 2010. At his peak, he was earning over €227,000 a week in China, gold-plated Rolls-Royce, and a €2.4 million mansion. Money was not the problem until it was. In 2018, Gyan claimed in court he had just €600 left in his account. The reason? A messy divorce, a public paternity dispute, and unpaid wages from clubs like Spor in Turkey. He lost homes, cars, even a petrol station, and was ordered to pay monthly support. It looked like a financial collapse. But here's the twist. Gyan never stayed down for long. In Ghana, Gyan is investing in politics, running businesses, launching sports ventures. Some say he was never truly broke, just legally cornered. Whatever the truth, his journey is anything but simple. Onto the most legendary on this list, and the most tragic. He won the World Cup, was worshipped like a god, and still died with almost nothing. At number 1, Diego Armando Maradona, the man who carried Argentina to World Cup glory in 1986 almost single-handedly. He played for Barcelona, became the god in Naples, and over his career, he earned hundreds of millions in wages, sponsorships, and image rights. But behind the brilliance was chaos, addiction, legal battles, and an army of people pulling from his pockets. Friends, families, fixers. At one point, he owed over €30 million in taxes to the Italian government. His jewelries were seized, his accounts were drained, and when he died in 2020, reports said he had just €75,000 to his name. His estate worth millions in assets were locked in legal fights, with family and former partners scrambling for control. The greatest of all time, gone too soon and gone with almost nothing. 7 stories, 7 reminders that talent alone isn't enough. Which story shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. If you made it this far, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification for new videos.